it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. It's your boy Dakota Griswold of Gamers, Nerds, and Geeks United. Welcome back to Yesterday Today. This is the show where I bring you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday today. And I got some good stuff for you today. Let's get right into the appetizers. And first of all, next week, July 12th, is Ubisoft's presentation, and something already has been announced from that presentation. While the presentation is going along, Watch Dogs 2 will be free, but you gotta download it off Uplay while the show is happening. So if you have a PC, you have a rig, and you really want to test it out, this is probably a good game to do it. I'm understanding that Watch Dogs 2 was a pretty great game. I just never got around to it. And Watch Dogs 1 didn't impress me as much, but I'm also not the biggest fan of open world games. But I never said it didn't look good. I never said I didn't like it, but I'm definitely down to play some Watch Dogs 2. If I had a PC rig, I'd be getting it for free, but I'm actually interested in a new Watch Dogs and see what's going to happen. So maybe next time Watch Dogs 2 goes on sale, I'll give it a try and see how far that goes. Now, let's move on. So I got a pretty funny story for you. Now, we already loved the God of War remake and his bond with Atreus. He went from angry God to loving, passionate father who couldn't show too much emotion because he was taking his son on this journey. Well, along that journey, apparently, he taught his son the ABCs. Yes, Inside Editions tweeted out that they have made a book of Kratos teaching Atreus the ABCs. Now, as you know, I am a father, and I love video games, and I would love to share these experiences with my children. But when I buy this book, it is not for my children, okay? This book looks fun. It might not even just be specifically for kids, but it's fun. And I didn't see how much it costs as of yet, but I'm definitely gonna get it. It's up for pre-order right now. If you follow Insight Editions on Twitter, they have the link, the official link. I'll even post it in the description. This is hilarious and awesome at the same time. I can't actually wait for the next God of War, but in the meantime, let's read up on our ABCs with Kratos and Atreus. So Ed Boon was recently in an interview with Vic's Basement podcast, and some people on Twitter asked him, what about Ash Williams? And he definitely said, you know, I wish there was one I could comment on. You know what? Perhaps in future Vic's Basements, we can have a conversation like that. Now, me being personally Evil Dead fan, be it the movies, be it the show, I love the Ash Williams character, and listen, it would be wonderful to see him in Mortal Kombat. He fits, he'd be hilarious, cracking jokes the whole time. They definitely talk smack to each other during the fighting in Mortal Kombat, but Ash Williams, it would be like, just imagine like him probably hitting somebody with the book or using the boomstick. He has a whole chainsaw arm, so why not? There's been plenty of Evil Dead games, so it's already that he's been in the gaming's verse. I would love to see him in Mortal Kombat. I ride along with these fans saying, where is he? I would love to see him in this game. Now, let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this dish. So, Elden Ring, a Souls-like game that's also being co-written by George R.R. Martin. You know, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, the guy who's still waiting, who's still working on that last book. Well, From Software, the people from last year who made Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, they're also making Elden Ring, and it appears that Elden Ring might have difficulty settings. And that's wondering because I have always been interested in Dark Souls or Souls-like games, but I don't have the patience for these unforgiving games and these really difficult games. Sekiro, it was fun. I actually played it here on the channel, and it was pretty fun, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. Now, Elden Ring, if it does have difficulty sliders or difficulty settings, something like that, and it has a great story because George R.R. Martin is writing it, Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones, why not? I would definitely love to experience it, and yeah. So I definitely want to play it. I'm interested. I remember the first time I saw it, I'm like, wow, what's going on? Did George R.R. Martin, I thought maybe it was going to be some Souls-like Game of Thrones type game. No, it's a completely new experience, and he's working with Bandai Namco doing this in From Software. So I can't wait to see what's going on. Difficulty sliders, and maybe I'll jump in, even if checkpoints are few and far between. But if the difficulty can go from normal to hard, maybe I could be a little bit more forgiving for a game that's quite unforgiving. Moving on to the next story, and there was some rumors that that Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 was nearly unfinished, and well, that kind of went up with the translation. And Nintendo Life, they broke it down and said, nah, it ain't done. I was pretty sure that this game wasn't coming out this year. Straight up wasn't coming out this year, because all we know at this point is about Mario, Paper Mario, and that's it. Past that, and then there's also a rumored July Direct, but I still do not believe that there will be any Zelda this year. If it is, it ain't Breath of the Wild 2. And right now might be a little too late to announce another game in the series. It's almost August, it's July, it's pretty much the middle of July, and you're gonna tell us that we're getting a new Zelda? Maybe it could work, maybe it couldn't, but this ain't it, Chief. This ain't the one that's happening, and it ain't coming out yet. So, the Spanish voice actors said that they might be, they're pretty much done, but they were just having fun, exchanging stories, but that's not what's happening. It's definitely coming out next year. Maybe gonna be announced. It's gonna be cross-gen with the next Switch. I know this is a bold claim, take that with a grain of salt, but I'm just saying, it ain't coming out this year. I'm pretty sure of that. Now, moving on to the next story. Now, we all love Bungie. They made the original Halo games, and then they partnered up with Activision, and we were like, uh-oh, but then they gave us Destiny. Destiny, which has definitely proven itself over time and just kept improving. But an industry vet, Martin O'Donnell, who used to be the composer for Halo and was on the board of directors for Bungie, he had a lot to say about it. And well, it wasn't even all pretty. He just kept it straight funky, kept it 100, kept it real. No pool sharking in his statements in his interview. And this is all on GameSpot. And he just basically said there's a bunch of political nonsense being said. And a lot of people, he just, no, it wasn't all sweet. It wasn't all sweet. He says, if you still work for Bungie, you're going to be political and you're going to say all sorts of things like, oh, we had a good partnership and blah, blah, blah. We were able to build a wonderful thing. And the time came for us to go our separate ways because we each had different goals, but we're happy and we love each other. He said, that's BS. O'Donnell said, there are so many scripted answers for that to hear. And this was an interesting article. I will link it in the description. This is actually a really, really good read, and it's always good to hear from somebody they can keep it real. Like me, being a huge wrestling fan, a couple years ago, some of y'all are wrestling fans, a couple years ago, a wrestler by the name of CM Punk walked out of WWE. He quit in the middle of his contract because he just wasn't happy with the way creative was treating him. So he walked out, and then he basically ran out his contract. And then once he could air out his grievances, he got on a podcast and he started to talk that talk. And man, it was something like this. This is kind of a pipe bomb in a sense of this in the CM Punk vein. And well, this was an interesting read, and I'll definitely hit you with it in the description. And I saved the best for last. It is a huge amount of Xbox news right now, and I reported that there is a rumored fact that Xbox will be having their event in July 23rd. Well, they came out and confirmed that it's officially happening July 23rd, and it'll be happening 12 p.m. Eastern time. And well, they also are reportedly interested in acquiring WB Interactive. And imagine that. Maybe Mortal Kombat being only exclusive to Xbox. And I think that these type of games should definitely be multi-platform. But what if that Batman game they're working on is exclusive to Xbox Series X? That sounds insane. That would upset a lot of people. People would be, oh, why is it exclusive? Because Microsoft owns it and they can do whatever they want with their IP. And people are always talking about, hey, Microsoft doesn't have any games. Well, if Microsoft acquired WB Interactive and then that rumored Batman game and possibly that Superman game that was supposed to be coming out only on Xbox Series X, well, that'll definitely make the Series X fly off shelves. I'm pretty sure the box will be too heavy, not exactly sitting on the shelf. But moving on, they also are partnering up with 8-Bit Dough. Yes, I freaking love this company. I've had many of the controllers before the fire, and they're using the controller. You know, the NES old school looking controller that they had? Well, they did that, put some analog sticks on it, and made an Xbox controller out of it, and it's just for xCloud. That's awesome. Comes with a clip you can play on the go. And hey, listen, I might actually get this when it comes out. It will be coming out later this year, along with the xCloud service, and this sounds really, really dope. Hey, Microsoft is all in on this xCloud service, and I really hope they're all in on this gen, because I was one of those super go hard Xbox guys, and they let me down in last gen, and hopefully that in the Xbox Series X gen, there will be something big in xCloud, be no letdowns, and hey, maybe they might push Stadia completely away. Not wishing any bad or ill will on them, but xCloud is in beta, and a lot of people are saying it's pretty good. I haven't gotten a chance to get access to beta. I've tried, but listen, Xbox is going all in on Stadia, and they might just be going all in this generation if they acquire WB Interactive. But lads and ladettes, that's it for this video today. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you're going to get Watch Dogs if you have a PC. Let me know what you think about the God of War ABC's book and the xCloud, and possibly Microsoft acquiring WB Interactive. Thank you so much for watching, and this video is finito.